Mr. Phillips, you ready? Y'all ready? Good evening. I'd like to welcome all of you to the pre-council meeting for our meeting of November the 7th, 2023. We'll do our pre-council here for the next few minutes and hopefully get the matters addressed for our city and move on down. So I think everyone has a copy of the agenda tonight. So we will go down the order. Call to order. Looks like we have all the elected officials here along with the department heads. Next will be the invocation, and I think Mr. Butler has agreed to do that tonight. So we'll have a roll call. The agenda, we did not have a lot on the agenda tonight. Most of the things that I have are things that are ongoing projects or just to update on some of those things that we have going. So with that being said, do y'all have any additions, deletions, or anything you might want to put on there?
No, sir.
Okay. Could I get a motion then to approve the agenda?
I can do that.
Thank you. And a second?
I'll second it.
Mr. Little, thank you. All right. Okay, we got the minutes in the packet of information that you have here in front of you from our past meeting of October the 17th, 2023. Y'all had a chance to look over the minutes. Is there any corrections, deletions, additions, or anything else? Mr. Skelton, make the motion. Mr. Butler. Thank you. Okay, we have the key students tonight. I think we have, 34, I think, on there we've seen that's coming. So that should be interesting, and we'll get those in and out like always, and then go into our regular order of business if it's okay with the council. We had one visitor signed up for the meeting tonight to speak, but that's my understanding he's called and said that he would not be able to make it here at the last minute, so we actually have no visitors on the agenda tonight. For the mayor's report, it's been a couple of weeks that we've been busy around the city. First thing I would like to express is the condolences from the city to several families here in the Satsuma community, the Williamson family, the Callaway family, Davis families, the Crook and Gardners all have had deaths since our last meeting. So we have a couple of services planned in the next few days, so just letting y'all know that. I do have some good news. You do see the new van has arrived, the 12+2, after right about 3 years of us waiting and hoping that it would come in. It has came in, and we have it out now. We did have to send it back for the factory to do a little checking on the light. It came on. I did receive an email regarding our other handicap van that does senior transport, and they're saying that the van has been built, and hopefully we will have it in our possession as early as the end of the week. So there is an MPO meeting tomorrow, so I will see Monica and some of them down there, so I will find out to make sure that that's still on track from the email that I received last week. Street paving, y'all may have seen that we did have the pre-construction meeting yesterday, and I think they started moving in today, didn't they, Travis?
They actually paid half of value
Okay.
already.
Okay, well, they moved in and got going fast from yesterday, so they said with the weather being good like this, they thought they could get the work going and be in here, so glad to see that project has finally started. Tomorrow morning is the bid opening for the 3rd Street Drainage Project. That will be at 10:30 tomorrow morning, so we will finally get a chance to see what the cost of that project may be. Don't forget that we have our Veterans Day scheduled for 9 a.m. on Friday. Featured speaker will be George May and Mr. Bud Thomas, whose brother was killed in the war, and he wanted to read a little something he had written from the family. So I think most of you know the Thomas family, and they've been here a long time. So we'll have those two gentlemen speaking. Civil Southeast has also sent an email this week that we got all from with them that had some of the ALDOT questions regarding our sidewalk project, and according to the email, they said that they were anticipating 2 weeks release on that, and that was the last week. So hopefully we can get that project out and bid very soon. Don't forget the municipal dinner is 2 weeks away on the 16th. I did want to point out, I seen that Mr. Diaz, our principal at the high school today, received a Principal of the Year award for the region. If y'all noticed that today.
I saw that.
So I thought that was very, very good. Very happy to see that. So Mr. Diaz is doing a good job. If y'all see him. I was going to ask the council about a workshop next Tuesday night. We just got various small items that I would like for y'all to be aware of and what we're doing and where the cost of some of those would be. So if it's okay, if we can meet about 5:30, I really feel like about 90 minutes, we should be able to be out of here by 7 o'clock if y'all schedule.
Should be good. Okay.
Mr. Little,
Moving good.
y'all on the other end down there, look okay? Ms. Reese?
I don't have my schedule on me, but I've made a note.
I'm good.
Okay. Well, y'all try to make that so we can just kind of firm up a lot of the little things we have. I wanted to discuss a grant opportunity that for some streets that we have been having some complaints on. The two that we've received the most on that I feel like the grant would work to help us with would be Juniper as it goes into Old 43, the railroad tracks in 43. We constantly have people calling and saying that there was a near miss or something. So there's some options out there before we get too far down the road. I'd like to make sure everybody's on board there. And also, as Hartley Road goes into 43 and kind of turns off to go up the hill there, I feel like we could do some things to possibly make that intersection just a little safer there in front of Stoney's and the place at Cherry Drive. So those are the two things that we have. Other than that, we've had a lot of things going on. I think you can see from the reports that will be given by the respective departments. You can see everybody's been pretty busy. And that is all that I have. Going to public services, Mr. Little.
Here are just the regular reports I'll give during the meeting. Thank you.
Okay. Mr. Butler?
Only, I got the reports for the police and the firemen, and I can do that during the regular meeting.
Okay. Administration, Mr. Skelton.
I don't have anything at this time.
Goodness, we're moving fast. Ms. Reese, Parks and Recreation.
I don't have anything.
Mr. Little, Mr. Phillips, Public Works.
Yes, sir, Mayor. Travis Jones brought me some information here for the meeting on 2 trucks. You know, we put in the budget, I believe it's $44,000 for trucks. We've had such a difficult time on finding new ones that he's come up with 2 used trucks. And I want to get, if it's okay with the council, have Travis come up and tell you about them.
Are you wanting to go ahead and have him up right now?
Yeah, or we can do it at regular meeting, it doesn't matter.
Well, we have a little time right now. We're moving faster than usual for pre-council. Travis, you got the information on?
Well, how y'all doing?
Good, how are you?
All right. Well, like Bubba said, it's been pretty rough getting a new truck. And I always thought it'd be better to get 2 used trucks, in pretty good condition, to help carry on
you know, the work of the city. So, we found a couple decent trucks over there across the street at Pierce. If there's no opposition, you know, I'd like to proceed with that.
Sure.
Prices on the trucks, on one of them is $18,710.50. The other truck's $13,710.50. So that's a total of $32,421. So that's about 11,500 under budget.
Okay.
So my question to council is, do you want me to proceed with this at the council meeting? Or wait, the problem we have, if we wait till the next council meeting, you don't know if the truck will still be there. You know, so kind of y'all's discretion, what we should do.
Due to the fact that Elvin is a cousin, I'm gonna abstain and not say anything, but, you know, I mean, we got a car dealer up here. I mean, if he can look at it and tell you if it's a pretty good deal, I would think, whatever y'all think, I don't.
Yeah, I thought we'd kind of agreed about, you know, our last meeting.
And we did, I just didn't want to bring this up at the regular meeting in a motion and not mention it to nobody.
Okay.
Oh.
I do.
If there's no objections, I'll bring it up at the meeting.
We'll add that as an item, item C.
That'd be good, if you want to do it.
Item C. That's all I got, Mayor.
Okay. All right, we've gone through the reports, announcements from the mayor and council. We'll move to next items for discussion and/or consideration. A, payment of the bills.
I'll take that.
I'll second it.
Mr. Skelton, Mr. Phillips. Discussion and consideration of opening an equipment operator 3 position. As y'all know, the knuckle booms, the garbage trucks, the new public works trucks all require CDL license to operate the vehicles. And we have, recently we hired a lady that's really worked out very well in the last few weeks in the garbage and debris. And we also have eyes on a couple of other employees. So we went for a long time not finding any, and we've been successful now in looking at that. So that would only put us back to where we were a couple of years ago before we lost some to retirements or resignations. So really, I was just kind of keeping y'all this a budgeted position that we have that's been here for years, but want to make sure nobody had any issues with us filling that. So we can use them for various things once we get them in for the.
I'll make the motion on it.
Need to do it while we can. I'll second it.
All right, Mr. Phillips and Mr. Little, thank you. Okay, resolutions, ordinances, orders, and other business. A, Resolution 2023-11-01. That's disposing of PPE equipment, LDH-5, and supply line. This is mainly regarding the fire equipment that we've been replacing and updating. Chief, would you care to answer any questions, tell them anything that you may have that's, basically, we just got to make sure that this is just disposable equipment. It's outdated. We can't really use or even give it away.
No, sir, we can't. The fire hose is all dry rotted, we can't use it anymore. The only thing we made was cut the couplings off of it. It's solid aluminum. You see, maybe it was sell them or whatever, but other than that, the hose is not usable. The PPE is not usable because it's outdated.
Okay.
I'll make a motion.
Jason, you want a second?
Yeah, I'll second that.
Mr. Butler will make the motion. Mr. Skelton second it. Resolution 2023-11-02. Agreement with the SASP, I believe that's going to be the,
Alabama Purchasing Association.
yes, it's going to be with the, basically it's of something through Sharpsy where we can do the purchasing with, through the intergovernmental agencies with South Alabama Purchasing Association or regional planning. So I don't know that we'll use that, but it gives us an option whenever they have purchasing. So,
Do you want me to make the motion?
yes, ma'am, if you would.
Okay.
Thank you.
I'll second it.
Ms. Reese, Mr. Phillips. Resolution 2023-11-03, appropriation contract between Mobile County Commission and the City of Satsuma. Here again, that's just a standard yearly agreement that we,
I'll make that motion.
I can second it.
okay. Mr. Phillips and Ms. Reese to make it. Okay, this is we have gone through the agenda almost in record time, 18 minutes. So do we have anything else that y'all know of that we need to discuss or that you'd like to add or discuss further right now while we have a few minutes before going into the,
I noticed there were
Brett?
some people here from girls softball. Are y'all here to speak? Did you want to come up? Is that okay, Mayor?
sure. I'm sorry, I didn't see him come in.
We were actually supposed to be on the agenda. I had came in the week of October the 9th and filled out a form and gave it to the new girl up front to be on the agenda for tonight, so I'm not sure what happened with that.
Well,
I apologize. I guess I
I'm
should have called
sorry.
and
Can you
followed up with
please
that this
find
week.
out how that,
Yeah, I'm sure it was an honest mistake. No,
Okay.
it's fine. I should have called and checked this week about us being on here too.
okay.
First, I'm sure most of y'all know who we are. Kyle runs the girls softball park. I'm kind of standing in to speak on behalf of him because he don't really like to speak, but he is currently the president of the park. I know when the spring season was appointed, kind of on an emergency basis, we had kind of appointed an emergency board. All the board members kind of had agreed to, with the spring and fall season coming to a close, to open up voting for some new board members, because we had some that kind of backed out, and just, we felt like we needed more on the board to help with different things. Currently, Kyle is the president, Jason Cunningham is our vice president, our scheduler is Gary Poole, field and maintenance, Rusty Garrett, and then Kelly Stacy. She doesn't really have a position on the board, but she's on there. We had a vote towards the end of the season. We opened it up to one parent per registered child. We felt like that was the only fair way to do it, so everybody wasn't, just putting in multiple votes. Kyle got reelected. Jason Cunningham was running against him. So he got reelected. Gary Poole got elected as our vice president. Rusty Garrett remained field and maintenance, and then secretary Caitlin Wilson and our treasurer Katie Stewart. I had been taking care of a lot of the finances, but we kind of felt like it was a conflict of interest with Kyle being the president. And then I kind of run the events and the concessions, so on. So we wanted to make sure y'all were aware of the new board members, and if y'all have any questions with that, get with Kyle. Secondly, we really was coming to follow up on the progress of the bathrooms and the pavilions for the back. I know we had talked about that in the past, about the portalettes back there. Just wanted to kind of see if anything has been to move forward with that, if y'all have addressed anything. We had multiple complaints this season about the girls having to continue to use the portalettes. A lot of people were wanting to come up here and complain about it, but we told them that we were going to come to the meeting and speak with y'all. So I guess with that being said, we just would like to see as anything moved forward with that, as far as the bathrooms in the back.
No, ma'am, we have not at this point entered in contract with anyone, although we were trying to finish up some of the projects we had, the dog park, the Steel Creek Lodge, Both of those projects have finished, and I think that most of us had agreed, hopefully by the end of this year, to, get a contract, because we do hope to have bathrooms started there in the
I
not
mean, I
too
really
distant
hope that we
future.
can move forward with that, because, I mean, I'm not in no way down in the dog park, but I feel like our girls are more important than a dog park. I mean, our spring season was high, our fall season was even higher. I mean, we had 100 girls in the spring, we had right at 150 in the fall. I mean, so it's steadily growing, and we're looking for more in the spring. I know we had talked about putting a bathroom back there with a concession with the pavilion. I know you had mentioned that. I feel if we could just get a bathroom and maybe a pavilion, just for the simple fact of finding trustworthy people to work our concessions, and money and things not coming up missing, because we have had some small issues this season. At the beginning of
I
the
don't,
season.
I mean, I think most of us have agreed, I mean, the park is a pretty nice facility
It is.
to put something that's nice there, and if we're going to spend the time and money and get a contractor, I would rather have something that will be there and be sufficient for the next,
And, hey,
several years, not
yeah.
just something that gets us through
And we're
year or two.
fine with that, it's just, I want y'all to know we may not have people that could work that concession. So if it's not always open, I mean, it's just, that's kind of out of our control as far as finding people to work. Most nights, I worked our concession at the ballpark and missed most of my child's games, me and Mr. Gary, just because you can't find people to work in there. And that's something we feel like brings money into our park to be able to do stuff for our kids. At the beginning of the fall season, we had a fundraiser and raised right at $4,000. With that money, and some funds that we have left over, Kyle is wanting to put in some batting cages on our back facility, and I think he had met with the inspector to make sure, to kind of get the go-ahead. We haven't heard anything about that, but we wanted to make sure. He just didn't want to start anything and there be underground wires or anything, to make sure that everything was good. And lastly, I guess the last thing that we had that we wanted to address is there is a lot of lights out on the ball fields. On a field, there's one section, all four of the lights are out. And we just wanted to see about maybe having those lights fixed for the girls in the spring.
Mainly for the safety of being able to see fly ball coming.
I think if we could improve the communications between the park, the parents and the board with the city, I mean, there's nobody up here opposed to helping you. But sometimes we find out about a ball tournament on a Friday afternoon or something for the weekend, and it's hard to prepare. I mean, they have a lot of duties on Fridays trying to take care of all the city and the parks too. So if we could have some advanced notice, or like the lights, I mean,
Well, the
that's
lights,
the.
I mean, honestly, I just noticed about the lights on a field. So I don't know if they have been out for a long period of time. We noticed it a few weeks ago, and I told him, I said, we need to get that addressed with the city once, the season's over with, that we were coming to a close of season. It's just hard for us to get up here on a Tuesday for a meeting, because our ball games are Tuesday, Thursdays. So we had to kind of wait for the season to get over. But, I mean, if Kyle can have, I know he reached out to Allison about, 6 weeks ago now? Through text message, and she's yet to respond. So, I mean, that's kind of been his only way of communicating. So if we can have another way of communicating, we would love to be able to.
Well, I assure you that it's seldom that I'm not here every afternoon, and generally, I speak with Travis on any complaint that come in, and they log a complaint for anything that comes into Public Works, whether it be a street light out or down, or trash somewhere. So, I mean, there's no opposition to working with you up here if we can just find out. But, I mean, it is hard for us to also know when a light or two is out, because, we're not there every day to see all the fields and all.
Well, we understand that. I mean, and it's like, I said, it's hard for us to get up here, and we don't want to feel like we're coming and complaining about every little thing at our park. We try to handle most of it ourselves, if we can. As far as different things that's been done at the park, we try to handle most of that ourselves. But, we really didn't know who to speak with. We didn't know if he needed to go with Travis about the lights, or kind of who he needed to talk to about that. So we just thought we would bring it up at the meeting tonight. The season's over with now, so.
Well, we got a nice truck that gets some of the lower lights that Mr. Skelton helped us get about a year ago. But, I mean, some of those at the taller poles, we do have to reach out to, you know, an electrical company.
Yeah, these
Get
are
up
the
there.
lights on our vault, like the, you know,
On poles.
yeah. So that was, I mean, that's really all we had. We just wanted to kind of keep y'all in the loop of everything that's going on and just kind of really get an update with the bathrooms in the back. And just mainly because parents are asking, you know, and we wanted to let them know we're trying to do our,
We're getting hounded, so we're just trying to relay the message as one instead of 100.
Ms. Reese has brought that up several times, and there's been no opposition, and I think we all had agreed, once we could finish up some of the other projects we had going, we would move for that to be one of the next park projects that we have. And I still feel like most of the council supports that. I mean, so,
Are we looking at a time frame or just so
well-
I can relay that message back?
we have a workshop Tuesday night, so I will put that as an agenda item for us to discuss. And we probably need to look at, I did speak with a couple of engineering firms that have worked to build some of the restroom facilities. Actually, I saw them on the Eastern Shore at some of those parks, and tried to find out, you know, what we could do. Probably have to scale them down from what I've seen. Some of those were kind of big, and
yeah, and
kind
I
of
mean, there's not a lot
expensive,
of
but-
room to put anything massive back there, you know? I mean,
correct.
I think at this point, parents would be happy with just one bathroom, you know, a men and a women, you know, just something small, but,
and somewhere for the people to get out of, and
Yeah.
really bad weather and all.
I mean,
we
we've
need
got
to-
some covered bleachers back there, which are really nice, that somebody had did, you know, a few years back. So those, people really talk, you know, nice about those, so.
Right.
And I guess the next thing is have, with the inspector, I mean, have you, is it the okay to go ahead and proceed with the,
When I discussed that with you, I told you we had to bring it to the board or the council, and that's something we'll talk about Tuesday night too. I just have to make sure they're okay, and there'll be some process of if it's approved, that, you know, you'll have to sign some things.
we just wanted to try to get it done before the spring season if we could.
Try to at least mark it out so we can ride by and look at it
Well,
and
we
kind of
want to
take.
put it over there where the old one that's fallen apart. We want to put it over back there where that one is, but we were wanting to do like a double back there just to be beneficial if we were going to spend the money, so.
Between C and D field.
And he met with him up there, so he's aware of where it's.
There is room there, Mr. Mayor, and there's, I think it would benefit for it. One thing that I am disappointed about is, and I'm working on that, is you had a handicap, portalet with no lock on it and that kind of stuff. And hadn't been pumping the way they were supposed to for the money we've been paying them, so I'm in the process of working on that too.
Okay.
All right, that's all we have.
Thank y'all.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Oh, I don't know, did you get her name? Okay, I didn't catch her name. I don't even know who that is.
Okay, well, I think that we have addressed everything, and it looks like some of the key kids may be coming in, so does anybody else have anything they want to come that we might be able to address now to kind of shorten the meeting? Yes, sir, you want to come up, state your name, we'll see if we can.
Good evening, everybody.
Hey.
This is gonna be a heck of a thing to bring up in the middle of the drought. But Michael Ingram is my name, 5901 Twin Branch. Some of you know me.
Oh,
I've got a long-term
Yes, sir.
drainage problem. My yard, I live at the corner, of Twin Branch, Teakwood.
right.
You get a big rain, I've got water comes down, Teakwood on one side, Twin Branch on the other. My yard's basically a holding pond. This has been a very long-term problem. The pipes under the streets down below me, they're inadequate. It would be a big help, to be honest, if I could just get a little bit of work on the ditches down below me, because they've gotten over a period of time to where they've raised up higher than my yard. Any help that I could get from you folks would be very much appreciated, because water, when I get a really big rain, and we will someday get a big, get a big rain again, and we hope. And it has gotten into the back of my house, and if we get a big enough rain, I've had it lap up to the front door. I've got pictures of me standing knee-deep in the front yard with water. It's been a very long-term problem. I've addressed this with past administrations, and we didn't get a fix. And any help that you folks could give me would be greatly appreciated.
Okay. All right, Mr. Ingram, Travis, can you go by and try to meet with Mr. Ingram in the next few days? I understand we may have some rain
Now's
coming
the
later.
time. While we're not
but,
in a flood.
And we look at, see what he's referring to and go ahead and make some notes so we can look at it, and if need be, we can, see if we can have the engineer, look at it, because he'll be here tomorrow. So we are working on some drainage projects. We have had some, so hopefully we can do something to help you with yours, Ms. Ringham.
Thank you, sir.
All right,
And
thanks,
thank you,
Mike.
folks.
Yes, sir. Okay, well, I'd like to thank everyone once again for coming. We'll have about 25 minutes. We'll reconvene for our meeting and get going. So if y'all want to stretch for a minute or move around, feel free to do so. And once again, we appreciate you coming. Thanks. Okay. All righty. Good evening. I'd like to call the Satsuma City Council to order for our regular meeting of November the 7th, 2023. I'd like to welcome all of you tonight. Some of you I've seen before, some of you I haven't, some of it's been a long time. I would like to say that we do ask that you turn your cell phones to either silence or off so it won't disrupt the meeting once we get started, because I think most of y'all are here for a particular presentation here in a few minutes anyway, so we wouldn't want to disrupt that. But as you well know, we always start our meetings with invocation, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance. So in just a moment, I'm going to ask you stand. Please remove your hats. We're going to ask Mr. Mike Butler to give our invocation, which will remain standing, followed by the pledge, and we hope some of you that's with us tonight can help lead the pledge. So once again, welcome, and Mr. Butler, would you like to go ahead with the invocation and followed by the pledge? Y'all please stand.
Everybody got their cap on it? Lord, this is a beautiful day that we had. We have so much to be afraid for everything. And we pay for the city, we pay for the nation, and we pray for all these children tonight, Lord, that they're here. And all of these grades, they're doing good. And I'm glad to see all these young children here. And now as we go to this meeting, I hope that everything will be positive for all of us. And for the name of Jesus, amen. Amen.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Mr. Butler, and also the many of you that helped us with that tonight. Jessica, give us a roll call, please.
Councilmember Little. Present.
Councilmember Butler.
Present.
Councilmember Skelton.
Present.
Councilmember Reese.
Present.
Councilmember Phillips.
Here.
Mayor Barley.
Here. Please let the record reflect that all the elected officials are present, along with department heads, city clerk, and the attorney. We will go to the, in just a moment, we'll get to the key students, which I think is the reason most of you are here, something that we look forward to every first meeting of the month when we do have the key students here. But we will get to them in just a moment. The first thing, our first order of business, was the approval of the agenda, and I think we had one add-on, which we were labeling as C, under items of discussion and consideration, which was going to be the purchase of 2 vehicles, I think, for Public Works. So with that one addition, can I get a motion to approve the agenda?
So moved.
Second.
Motion made by Ms. Reese, seconded by Mr. Little to approve the agenda with the one add-on item. All those in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
And those opposed. Thank you. Next is the approval of the minutes from our last meeting, which was held here at City Hall on October the 17th, 2023.
I'll make a motion to approve.
I second.
Motion made by Mr. Skelton, seconded by Mr. Butler to approve the minutes as distributed from the October 17th meeting. Any discussion? All those in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Okay. Now, for the key students, something we all look forward to at the first meeting of the month. We're very proud of the accomplishments of our school system, the staff, also the work is put in by the parents and grandparents and the many others that's helped us be so successful. I think we had a member of the school board or two here tonight, and I understand that we may have even picked up some awards here this week, for some of the work that's being done. So as far as that goes, I would like to say keep up the good work to the students and to all of the faculty, and I think we're very fortunate to have some of those that's here. We do appreciate all of you coming tonight, and in a moment I'll step to the front. We will call each of you down. When we do, you have a minute, we'll take your photograph if mom and dad wants to, or grandparents, or want to come up. After this is over, we will recess for about 5 minutes so anybody can get their belongings and/or get photographs or do anything, or we can sit and talk for just a moment. Because I promise you, you don't want to stick around for the boring parts of us talking about roads and drainage and other problems. So if I were you, I would leave, and I don't blame you. But anyway, thank y'all for coming. Thank all of you for what you do. And I'll call the name of the students, and we'll ask that they come by in front of the council. And also, we got our junior council members up here with us tonight. And sometimes they'll speak and say a little word, and they kind of move around and come out to the side behind the attorney here and back around. So, ladies, y'all ready over there to help them? Let's get started. Y'all ready? You want to slide back? Okay, so we can do. Thanks. Okay, we're going to start with the kindergarten. The first person to come up tonight is Sawyer Chapman. Sawyer? Oh, you're tough. I'm going to turn around and let Dad take your picture right here. Come here right here. You want to hold that? There you go. There we go. Come on in here, Sawyer, right this way. Okay, next, Jake Rayburn. Jake? Hey, turn around, let's get Mom take a picture. Yeah, come on. Jalen Gatlin, next, Jalen. Hey, here he comes. Hey. Hey, big man. Whoa. Man, we got some tough young guys. Let's turn around and let Dad get the, there you go. There you go. Come on, Bobby. Go by the street, see. Keep behind the thing. There you go. There you go. Follow that old policeman. Okay, first grade, Lana Batar. Lana, there she is, okay. Congratulations. There you go. Turn around and get that picture of us right here. Here we go. Thank you. Okay, next, Addie Wesley. Addie? Hey, Addie. Thank you. Granddad's going to take a picture there. All righty. Hey, hold on, there's Mom now coming in. Grayson Giles. Grayson? Grayson, picture right here. No problem. No worries.
We switched phones at the last minute.
No problem.
All right, gotcha.
Second grade, Benjamin Miller. I seen Benjamin over there. Oliver Williams. Oliver? Hey, buddy. Got your granddaddy back there with you. I see him back there. Good job, baby. Moving to the third grade, Emma Laird. Emma, hey, Emma. Next, James Moore. James? Here he comes. Hey, James. Congratulations, bud. Mom, take that picture of us. There you go. Look right here. Get what? Okay, Susie Singleton. Susie? Hey, Susie. Turn around there, right around. Okay, Parker Maddox. Parker? Okay, Lila Blue. Lila? Fourth grade, Aiden McInville. Okay. Come on. Hey, congratulations, baby. Camille Seeley. Fernando Perez Riviera. Karis Garrett. Okay, well, we'd like to thank all of you for coming. Congratulations to the recipients of the awards tonight. And y'all keep up the good work. We want to see y'all back next year. And I don't know what's going on with that girls softball, but y'all be careful out there. Thank y'all. And if you're not busy, we will definitely have a Veterans Day ceremony, hopefully if the weather permitting, here at City Hall at 9 a.m. Friday. If not, we'll probably have to move it to the community center. Love for all of you to attend if you can. It's a pretty nice event. But anyway, holiday season's just around the corner. Thank y'all for coming. Y'all be safe. Good night.
That's the cutest outfit award.
Taking a break, or we going?
I don't know.
Say, did he?
The mayor, I suppose.
I would say you didn't say that.
take any of this with you. That's the minutes from the last meeting. I don't know if you need examples or anything, any souvenirs. And you can also have this, oh, that's a lot of sanitizer. We get this publication, and it's pretty cool. It's the whole state of Alabama, and so the League of Municipalities.
You know how long we've been asking?
I guess basically the organization that kind of like represents municipalities, and we go to them for advice. They're in Montgomery, and so they provide classes and training.
Hey, man, how are you doing?
Newly elected officials, they do like city clerk training, like court clerk training. They do
Have a good evening.
basically classes, and then they also help us learn what laws are and what our role is. And so it's pretty cool. It's a good organization if you want to go get training. But you can take this with you if you want to look through, and they just tell about different league employees and then the thing like current events. You know, just like a regular magazine kind of thing.
Looks like they're
A short agenda tonight.
moving on out, so.
You didn't sign it.
Well, I wasn't here.
Oh, okay.
Harold, it was nice seeing y'all
Absent, yeah.
after all the years y'all didn't miss a council meeting, and don't see as much anymore. Appreciate you coming.
I worked with him.
Yeah, he didn't miss it. They missed. He
He's
missed
a good
I bet
guy.
you for 10 years. So. All right, looks like everyone's had a time to exit and get out of here. It's time 7:17. We can go back into our regular order of business if it's okay with the council. The next thing we had, as I said earlier, in pre-council, we only had one person sign up to be on the agenda tonight, Mr. Jones, and he had to council late this afternoon. So that's all that we had on the agenda. Is there anyone else that wanted to come before the council tonight? Okay, looks like our meeting's going to move on pretty quick. Pre-council went fast, so the things I had in pre-council, I'll just kind of go back over them real quickly in case there's any questions from the council that we may need to expand on a little bit more than we did. I did express sorrow from the city to the Williamson family, also to Mr. Calloway, a longtime resident, passed away last week. The Davis family, the Crook and the Gardner families have all had deaths since our last meeting. I did have a little bit of good news on two items. I'm proud to say that our van that we have been waiting on for several months arrived. Hopefully y'all can go out and look at the van if y'all haven't had a chance to see it. And we're trying to make sure we get everything in order, and we've kind of had to get in line to get it striped out and get it ready to go on the road. So if you're wondering why we haven't got that done, it's because we didn't know when we were going to get it, and we couldn't actually get in order, get in the line for the striping and decaling of the van until we got it. And we're hoping that the other one will be here either this week or next week. So that would be really good. Y'all know we've been talking about the thing, or I have, for 2 years. Y'all probably be glad to hear me stop. So the paving from Pine City did get started this morning. They had a pre-construction meeting with the department heads yesterday from the involved parties that we have here, the police, fire, public works, to make sure that we're preparing for that. So hopefully the weather will cooperate with us in the next week or two, and we can get those projects taken care of. Tomorrow morning, we have Goodwin Mills and Kaywood have this bid opening here at City Hall for the 3rd Street project. That's one of the things I hope to be able to give y'all some more information on next Tuesday night at the workshop. So we'll see how the bids come in on that. Mentioned earlier, there is an MPO meeting tomorrow. Hopefully I can find out some of the road paving projects and things that should be kicked off either later this year or first part of next year. I reminded everyone of the Veterans Day ceremony scheduled for 9 a.m. Friday morning. There is a chance of rain, so it may have to be moved. If it does, we will post it on Facebook and the website and try to make sure everyone knows. But hopefully we can have it here at City Hall at 9 a.m. The sidewalk project, AlDOT, I think they said they had all the information they need and should be complete with their review this week. So hopefully we can have that project out and going soon. I reminded everyone of the municipal dinner next Thursday night, or a week from this Thursday night on the 16th. So if y'all have any input on that, please let us know now. I did ask the council about having a workshop scheduled for next Tuesday night. Is 5:30 okay with everyone, or would you like, does that kind of fit your schedules?
5:30 is good.
Okay. Let's set a meeting for next Tuesday night for a council workshop. The topics I'd like for us, if you all are okay with it, would be some money for the school system on some of their projects. I would like for us to look at perhaps partnering with them on a couple of things. We're discussing having an employee safety / Christmas dinner. We have some dates available, that the lodge is available. And I wanted to discuss and get the thoughts of the council on that, on what y'all's plans are. Also wanted to go over the Christmas parade. Of course, y'all know this is our first nighttime parade, and we're having a lot of events between the Grinch breakfast, the lighting of the Christmas tree, the parade, and I just want to make sure everybody had input or didn't have any questions or anything we needed to address. So everybody will have a chance to look over what plans or what actions and plans the department heads have been making and see what y'all think about that. I'm sure we'll have other projects. I did want to mention to you another grant that we are looking at. I mentioned Juniper and Highway 43 and also Hartley and 43. I'd like to get some thoughts on some of those that I feel like we could make the intersections a little easier, more friendly, and safer. I'll fill y'all in on that next week. Like I said, and we'll try to make sure we have whatever y'all may need to look over for the questions you might have for that grant. I did point out earlier, Mr. Diaz, the principal at the high school, I think was recognized as Principal of the Year today, and I would like to make sure that if y'all see him, you might pass along, good job he's doing, and I understand the elementary school, Matt, received a notice.
He was elected principal for the region today for high schools, and he's one of 3 that will be up for the statewide high school principal of the year. And I think that'll be, Dr. Wynn said, maybe a month out before we know that. And then the Dr. Chestnut, who's our representative for the State Board of Education, came to our meeting tonight to present Mrs. Barr with Robert E. Lee. It's a proficiency in reading education award. It's one of 14 given out throughout the state. You will see it pretty predominant on social media coming up here. But it has to do with A, the increase of reading scores, and B, the overall proficiency of reading scores, specifically in K through 3. So if you'll remember back, maybe about 2 months ago, 3rd grade, when the scores came out, that 3rd grade was 2nd in the state, only to Mountain Brook in reading proficiency.
So
And then 2nd grade was, I think, 7th or 9th, one of those in there. So they've done just a tremendous job of really getting the reading, I hate to say scores because it's so much more than just getting scores up, but the level of proficiency, and that had to do with us hiring the reading coach about a year before everybody else did. And then we turned around the next year and hired the math coach. And so
the hopes are that math should be trending right behind ELA as far as that goes. So if you see Mrs. Barr or Mrs. Rowe or our reading coach, Mrs. Rogers, definitely, any of the teachers for that matter, definitely congratulate them on that.
We certainly will. They're doing a very good job. So we appreciate the hard work that they're doing. Those are the main things that I had tonight that I wanted to bring up. And also, Ms. Reese, I guess we can add the restrooms and see how we can move that into a action item soon.
Yes, sir.
What we can find. George,
Yes, sir.
we need to pursue that. We were looking at on exactly what size building we would need to construct to make it. But I would like to make it something nicer than just a small building. I mean, I just don't think that would go along with the other buildings that's there.
During the break, I had an opportunity to speak to them, and I know that she had said, at the minimum, the restroom. But I do, like you were saying, feel it's important to have at least just a small concession area. For me, I guess the top priority would be to make sure there's ice available for any injuries or any first aid kits or AEDs that would be available in case of a medical emergency. Also, a little area where there would be a window unit for anybody that had like heat stress or anything like that, where they would need to get them out of the heat, get them cooled down for any medical attention. So I think, going beyond the restroom is important to have.
We'll add that also to the workshop, okay? All right, I appreciate y'all's attendance and bearing with me through my part. That's really all I had for tonight. So moving on to public services with Mr. Little.
Mayor, in our building department, we had 22 new permits for October. We had 55 building and trade inspections during the month. We looked at 11 nuisance complaints, 42 total open permits at this time, 12 new construction and addition permits, and 1 commercial permit, which is the Southern Tire Mart, the tire store that's being built. In our sanitation department, we just done normal repairs. We had a good many tires that we had to get, and that's one other thing I was gonna say. It'll be good when we get this tire store open. I think we can keep them in business. But just normal stuff, going on there. And also our senior department, we've still maintained, like I say, a dozen or so people that comes out. Our Meals on Wheels program, we deliver 780 meals during the month. We're now servicing 39 clients per month, and we've done a few things to our little Jeep Liberty as far as upkeep on them. And we made 45 different trips to medical appointments that we had. And once again, as you mentioned, thanks as far as us getting the van and the other vehicle also, I think it's gonna work well, and I know they'll be glad to get it. That's all I had, but I have something else on my mind. Don't know if this is a time to bring it up, but I'm going to anyway. Since our last meeting, one of our council members has come out that is suing our city. I've talked to a few of you. I'm really disappointed. I've had a number of citizens, talk about being embarrassed, and I'm embarrassed over actually what I think it is. I really wish this could have been taken care of before it got to this point. I know we all sitting back, not really talking about it. I would just like to know, Mayor, maybe your opinion or what is there some type of protocol that we go on from here? Or do we just sit back and keep trying to do our normal business as usual?
Well, you and I met last Thursday night, and I thought I've clearly answered the questions that you have. I can't speak for the council member or his actions or intentions. I think that's what I told you last Thursday night, and that's what I'll tell you this Tuesday night. So,
I just didn't feel like I got, I guess, answers, and there might not be any clear answers to the situation. I know this is very unprecedented, seems like, and, I mean, if that's what we do and we just continue forward, that's just what I kind of want to know.
well, you asked me if the attorney had been apprised of the situation and was up to speed on it. The attorney is right there. You asked me about the league. The league has been consulted on what actions or what our duties or responsibilities should be. And also, the insurance company, AMIC. But if you'd like to go deeper into detail, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, our conversation was quite lengthy, and
I did talk to the attorney also, and like you say, there's just not a whole lot of stuff we can go back on to have some type of protocol. I just didn't want this to continue on, and it seems like there's, a big elephant in the room, and I just think it needs to get out there, and if we want to try to continue on and do our business, I guess that's what we'll do.
Well, I mean, we do have a lot of business going on, and yes, I do hope that we can continue to keep some of our projects on track and then within budget and move forward with that. But, like I told you the other night, certainly open for you to ask any of the council members here any questions, or the attorney. And I'll state that again. So, is it unfortunate it has got to this point? As I said the other night, yes, sir, I agree with it is. And I'm not sure at what length you want to discuss our legal actions here at an open council meeting. Most of those matters are held in executive session.
Well, that's another issue. If I was to want to call an executive session and maybe talk about, or if I can talk about this situation, I mean, is that person going to be in our executive session and able to vote and able to do
As I understand,
as any other one of us can do?
as I understand the law, the answer was yes. He could stay in any session as long as there had not been a case filed. Once the case was filed, then he may have a standing, and we could ask for an executive session without him being present, if we chose to do that at this point. But at any meeting up to tonight's meeting, we could not do that. And I think we were acting on the advice of counsel when we said that.
That's a little clarity there that I didn't know about the executive session, so.
Okay? So if the council chooses to go to an executive session tonight, then we can find out that, I don't know. Once again, I think all of you know I'm here every afternoon. If anybody wants to come by and have a conversation, we can sit and talk and discuss, and I've tried to honestly answer your questions last week and again tonight. But if there's something in more detailed that we need to do, then perhaps that might be the venue that we need to go to.
That's all.
Thank you, Mr. Little. Moving on from public services to public safety. Mr. Butler.
For the fire department, the report for the month of October. The medical calls, we got 22 calls. Fire-related calls, we had 3. Wood and grass fire was 7. Building fire, we had 1. Motor vehicle fire, we got 2. Motor vehicle accidents, we got 3. Mutual aid given to Creola, there's 8. Mutual aid given was 0. Automatic aid given to Saraland is 5. Other calls, we had 38 calls. All right. Hazardous materials incidents, 0. Water rescue and boater in distress, 0. Overlapping calls, we had 6, and calls for the month of June is 66. In the police department, the calls for service in October, we had 656 calls. Felony cases, we had 2. Felony arrests, we had 3. Misdemeanor cases, 69. Misdemeanor arrest, 37. Traffic accidents, 106 calls. That's 7, I'm sorry about that. Traffic citations, we had 106. And then municipal ordinance citations, we had 8. And the calls for the previous month, we had 721. And the calls for the service of year of 2023, we had 7,008 and 9 calls. And also, we had a check for Mrs. Ludgood for the policemen and firemen. That's because the needy families and the children, and it's the same amount for last year. So she gave us that, so that's $15,000 in 2 years. So I'm through. I just wanted to talk about that.
Well, thank you. That is good. We received that from the county, and I did thank her. She's been in a couple of meetings
Right.
I've attended recently. Would you mind if I clarified calls for service for 2023? I think it's 4809, not 70. I don't think people think we're doubling our police call value right here, 4809.
4,809.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Right. Yeah, that's
I
good.
might have said
Yeah,
that.
that was fine.
Thanks for
Yeah.
picking me.
All right, that's public safety. Moving to administration with Mr. Skelton.
So you see, we got 2 young faces up here.
Yes, sir.
Miss Ashland introduced herself last time.
Right.
So now it's on you. State your name, not your address. Tell a little bit about yourself.
Hi, my name is Race McGuff. I'm a senior as well as Ashland. I am a part of a variety of things around my school as well as outside my school, including the Saraland Chamber of Commerce Junior Ambassador Program. For college, I hope to go to Auburn University to study software engineering, and that's about it.
Bringing that up, Mr. Skelton, and welcome. We were looking forward to your attending tonight. Moving on to Parks and Recreation, Ms. Reese.
Yes, sir. I'd mentioned to you on the break that I have work obligation on Friday, so I will not be able to attend the Veterans Day ceremony. Also, you spoke about the Christmas parade. I will not be riding in the parade. I will be helping the Spirit of Satsuma band as a parent. So I don't know if there were going to be throws this year, but just wanted to let you know not to include me with that since I'll be participating in a different way. Also, I'm glad to hear that we're going to move forward with the C&D restroom concession facilities at Wright Park. So looking forward to some movement on that and keeping the community updated. So thank you for that, Mayor.
Sure.
Also, I received an email, I guess a couple years ago. Things move slowly in government, but I was asked to be part of the bicycle pedestrian comprehensive plan through SARPC, And they are now interested in conducting interviews with key stakeholders. And I guess by key stakeholders, they mean anybody that's really interested. So the email did say that I could pass this info along to anybody that may want to have a face-to-face interview, but those will be coming up next week. So if you feel like that's something that you want to do, give your input on bicycle paths and pedestrian walkways throughout Mobile County, let me know, and then I can put you in contact with the correct people. And hopefully they'll send some of those things up our way to North Mobile. I've always thought it would be cool to get from, I guess, Water Street through Chickasaw, through Saraland, Satsuma, Creola, et cetera, if we could have some kind of like safe bicycle way. Because that is a good path, but it's not the safest. But so if you're interested, just let me know. And that's all I have.
Okay, well, thank you for attending. I do try to attend some of those regarding the public hearings they have on the roadways and those type of things. So that'd be good. I did say they were having that. Thank you for bringing it up.
Sure.
Mr. Phillips, Public Works.
Mayor, since our last council meeting, Public Works has patched and resurfaced Baker Road at the Viaduct, Pine Laurel, Powers, Pennsylvania stations. They also done weed eating throughout the city and clean ditches. We purchased the chipper truck, and it is now in service. We also installed the 911 address numbers at Union Chapel. They can be found. We also edged the sidewalks on 043 Bonds, Bayou, and Wrights Park, and they look very good where they edged them and cleaned them. And patched potholes throughout the city. And that's all I got.
Okay. All right, that will conclude the reports, announcements from the mayor and council, and we will move on to items for discussion and/or consideration. A is payment of the bills.
I'll make a motion we pay $96,251.52.
Second.
Motion made by Mr. Skelton, seconded by Mr. Phillips to pay the bills in the amount of $96,251.52. Any discussions or questions on the bills? All those in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, okay. B, discussion and consideration of opening the Equipment 3 operator.
So moved.
Second.
Motion made by Mr. Phillips, seconded by Mr. Little to open the Operator 3 position. Any discussion? All those in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Okay, show it passed. We did add on a C, and that is the purchase of 2 used trucks for Public Works. And Travis basically explained that he's given up on us trying to get the new trucks that we've been waiting on, so he just decided to go with a couple of used trucks. So, Mr. Phillips, I think you were going to pursue
Mayor, I'll
that.
put that in the form of a motion. The cost of the 2 trucks, one of them is $18,710.50, and the other truck is $13,710.50.
And that was a total amount of,
$32,421.
okay. Mr. Phillips has made a motion to purchase 2 trucks in the amount, a total of $32,421.21.
Second motion.
A motion was made by Mr. Phillips and seconded by Mr. Little to purchase trucks in the said amount. Any discussion? All those in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Abstain. Okay, moving on to resolutions, ordinances, orders, and other business. A, Resolution 2023-11-01. This is disposing of PPE equipment and LDH 5 fire supply line, basically old fire equipment that is outdated and that we have been updating.
I made a motion.
A second.
Motion made by Mr. Butler, seconded by Mr. Skelton, to approve the resolution of the getting rid of the equipment. Any discussion? All those in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Those opposed. Resolution 2023-11, that's an agreement with SAPA on the purchasing, South Alabama Purchasing Association. Just a yearly agreement we get in for purchasing certain items.
I make a motion.
Second.
Motion made by Ms. Reese, seconded by Mr. Phillips to approve the motion. Any discussion? All those in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
All right. C, Resolution 2023-11-03, appropriation contract between Mobile County Commission and the City of Satsuma.
I'll put that in the motion.
Second.
Motion made by Mr. Phillips, seconded by Ms. Reese. Any discussion? All those in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Okay. Well, we had a pretty quick meeting tonight with the pre-council and the council meeting. Is there any other business that needs to come before the council before we adjourn?
I wanted to thank y'all for taking care of the library at the meeting that I was absent at, increasing the appropriation. So thank y'all.
You're welcome. And also, on that, I just didn't want to bring it back up, but I will add that we've got the stuff in, and Joe's talking about trying to do the milling where they can do all the windows at one time, so when he does remove those, he's scared, although, as it's been pointed out, it's been very dry and the weather's been good, but, he's scared that the minute he gets everything torn out, that there could be some bad weather, and he wants to be as prepared as possible. And he said he was trying to get a couple of other guys to help him for a few days, rather than just I guess, the two guys is with him. So you can see the materials are out there, and you can see where they kind of punched, I guess, where they looking to see what they're going to do on some of the others. So if you see those holes, that's what it's in reference. So
Yeah, I talked to Tiffany at the event that they hosted, I think it was 2 weekends ago, their little fall festival. And she said that progress was coming along and they were pleased with the work. And even though it's taken a little bit longer than what they would like, they're sure that it's going to be done correctly.
Good.
And they have the utmost confidence in Mr. Tarver to get the job done.
Yeah, they had an event out there. I was in City Hall, looked over there, and there wasn't hardly anybody. And a couple hours later, the thing was packed. So I think they had a lot of people come over here.
They had
So-
a great turnout.
Well, good. I'm glad they did. We've addressed, go ahead, I'm sorry.
Make one comment about the
Sure.
library. I don't know if y'all talked to Senator Albrecht, but he has a check for the high school that he's bringing us in another week or so. He also has a check he mentioned for the library.
Yes.
A donation. Don't quote me. I think he said $15,000. I may not be exactly right on that.
Okay.
But if y'all talk to him, definitely thank him for that.
We have, I think he's going to be around tomorrow. So hopefully we can get that, and I'm sure that it will be put to good use either at the school or the library. So they do very good with their funds. Any other business to come before the council? Thank all of you for attending tonight, and I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Motion made and seconded to adjourn. Thank y'all for coming again, and hopefully we'll see y'all on Friday. Thanks.